Okay, I want to work on some oil-free dressings today, and as you can see, I got every ingredient that I can think of ready to go. So before I even start on the actual dressings, I want to make myself a couple creamy bases that are oil-free that I can use. They're also low-carb because remember, we're a low-carb group. So the first thing I'm going to do is use some of my pea base here. And I'm not measuring anything right now. Well, I will. Hold on. Alrighty then. Got my measuring spoons. I got some measuring cups. I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup of the pea base. All this is going to be is for if I decide to make anything creamy, which I am going to. So I'm going to use 1/8 of a cup of my pea milk. And I'm going to zip this up a little bit. That's all I'm putting in this because I'm just trying to make a little creamy base for any of the creamy dressings. So let me zip this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so it took more pea milk than I thought it would. So altogether it took 4 tablespoons of pea milk with a 1/4 cup of the pea base to make this nice creamy base here. And this is 1 avocado and about a 1/4 cup of pea milk because I wanted avocado for another dressing I'm going to be doing. So I have those all ready. So let's see what the first one I'm going to put together here is. All right, might as well put together one of these creamy ones, right? All right. So I'm going to be using these little jars because I'm just making a little bit of each one. So I've just got these little are these 4-ounce jars? They are, right? Yeah, 4-ounce jars. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a 1/4 cup of my avocado base into this jar. Probably should have measured everything out because I usually do, but I didn't. So this is one of those see the pant videos. Okay, then I'm going to cheat. Instead of using every herb in my cupboard, I'm using my Italian season. This is going to be a creamy avocado Italian style dressing. I'm going to put a teaspoon of my, maybe half a teaspoon of the Italian seasonings. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay. A little squirt of lemon juice. Looks like, half a teaspoon probably. Okay, a little tiny bit of black pepper because, I don't know, you got to have black pepper with it, right? Now, I have my choice of white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or red wine vinegar, and I think for this one I'm going to use white. It just seems like this is the way to go. So hang on, let me get a lid for this. All right, I'm going to use the jar to shake it up here in a minute, but I think I'm going to have to add a little bit of, tiny bit of milk. Well, actually, I don't know if it's a tiny bit, but I'm adding 1/8 cup, which is 2 tablespoons. I'm just too lazy to measure them out one at a time, so do it like that. And I use pea milk for all this because it's very low in carbs, like 0 pretty much. Okay, and we're just going to shake this really, really good. And if you're like me and you have this little miniature whisker thingy, you can put it in here to get that last little bit really creamy. Make sure everything's nice and blended. All right. Let's give it a little tiny taste test. Oh, that is so good. It doesn't even need any salt. It's perfect just the way it is. So that is my avocado Italian creamy dressing. All right, that was done. All right, so the next thing we're going to work on here is a creamy, cheesy green goddess dressing. So for this one, we're going to use, again with the 1/8 of a cup here, but let me wipe off the avocado and stuff. All right, so we're going to use a 1/4 cup of our pea base that we made, going into the jar. Okay, and I have some nutritional yeast here. If you're vegan, you know exactly what nutritional yeast is. And I want it to be very cheesy because I like cheesiness. So I'm going to use a whole tablespoon of it. And I'm going to make, again, cheat on things. I'm going to use the Green Goddess seasoning blend from Trader Joe's. I love this stuff. If you've ever watched my channel, you know how much I love this stuff. Because I use it for all kinds of stuff. And that's probably a half teaspoon or even more. But whatever. I love it. Okay, again with the vinegar. Which kind of vinegar? You always have to have a vinegar. I think I'm going to use the apple cider vinegar. I'm not going to go overboard with it, so let me see here. Half a teaspoon maybe. The vinegar for me gives it the saltiness I need. That's why you don't see me putting pinches of salt in here and stuff. I just don't need the salt. And if I do, I have my miso paste that I keep on hand for salty things. All right, let's see. And quarter or eighth of a cup of plain pea milk, which is again 2 tablespoons if you want to measure it that way. All right, let's put a lid on this one and give this one a good shake. After I give it a good shake, that's why I have this handy little thing. And I'm going to definitely need more of the milk in this one. So we're going to go with another eighth of a cup. I think it would help if I get out some of the stuff that's in here. Let's put that in there. Okay. I'm going to go with another eighth of a cup. Ooh, this one smells so good. So 2 more tablespoons. So that makes 4. Get everything off the sides here. This one smells so good, you guys. And you can make them as thin or as thick as you like. You don't have to make them exactly like mine. Use more milk or less milk. There you go. Nice, creamy. Ooh, cheesy green goddess. That is so good. Now I know what I'm having on my dinner tonight. Oh yeah, that's a good one. All right, that's 2 that are done. All right, making a mess here, but I'm gonna stop this for. All right, guys, our next one is going to be a raspberry vinaigrette that I have had this idea percolating in my mind for a while. It's going to be a poppy seed raspberry vinaigrette with lime, with some lime and some keto maple syrup. All right, so I'm going to start with some frozen raspberries because I don't have any fresh. The nice thing about frozen raspberries is that they thaw out really quickly. And remember, I'm just making little, small amounts right now, so you can always double, triple, or whatever you want to do to this. And I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of poppy seeds. The poppy seeds will do a couple things. It adds flavor, plus it will thicken this up, you know, in a little while. It takes a little bit. I'm going to put a tablespoon of my Lakanto maple syrup in here. This is the keto maple syrup that we use. And I'm going to squeeze a half of a lime into it. I mean, it just sounds good, right? The more I thought about this one today, I was like, oh yeah. Of course, this one smells good too, but I can't use all of them tonight, darn it. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little bit of this red wine vinegar that never wants to open for me. There we go. I'm not going to use a lot of this. I'm going to use half a teaspoon, I think. When you're not using oils for your dressings, even if, I mean, I should have said even if you're not using oils, you still need to use your acids. Okay, so yes, I know the raspberries aren't broke up. I'm just trying to mix the rest of the stuff real quick. And then I'm going to come in with my handy dandy little, oh look, it did kind of break up. Come in with my handy dandy little whisker. Now, to get this one to get a creamier texture, you could add some of the pea base if you wanted to. You could add pea milk if you wanted to. I don't really want to. I want it to be more of like a vinaigrette. So, let me see if I need to add more vinegar. Hold on a second, because I might need to. Oh, no. That is beautiful. Oh, I might have to make a whole jar of that one. That is so good, you guys. And how simple was that? Poppy seeds, maple syrup, red wine vinegar, and lime, and some raspberries. That is so yummy. Okay, and we're going to work on a Thousand Island dressing because I was having a flashback to my childhood today, and for some reason I was like, oh my god, I want Thousand Island. So, we're going to use, I can tell this by looking, we're going to use another eighth of a cup of this, and I don't have that much left. I should just put it all in there. Okay, so we got that. We've got some no sugar added Heinz ketchup here. I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon. I'm not making that much, so I don't think I need any more than that. Got some dill pickle here because, come on, we all know that Thousand Island had that little dill pickle taste, right? So we're just going to put a little bit of that in there. A little bit of pepper because it needs some flavoring there. Okay, let's see. What else would go into this? A little bit of milk. All right, a lid for that one. Ooh, look at that. So simple. So simple. I love simple things with simple ingredients that don't take hardly any time to make. All right, so we've created 4 dressings so far. You guys want one more? Hang on, let me go find one more. All right, we're going to do a honey mustard. Okay, so we're going to do a tablespoon of mustard. This is just plain yellow mustard. That's what I had handy. That's what I'm using. And this is sugar-free imitation honey. So it's totally vegan and it's totally keto. And I'm going to go ahead and use, by the way, I love this honey so much that I buy them 4 at a time at Walmart. It was only $2.48 or something like that. I'm using a whole tablespoon of my imitation honey. I want all of it, so I'm going to get it out of there. So I'm going to stir that really quick. You know what? This would be good just like that. It would be fine. But I'm going to doctor it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of dried onions in here because we like the flavor a lot. I'm not going to put a lot because I didn't make a lot. So I'm going to put it like 1/8 of a teaspoon here just because I think it'll give it a little bit of over-the-top taste. I'm going to use some more lime juice because, again, over-the-top taste. And I think I'll use white vinegar for this one. And there's no rhyme or reason. You guys can use whatever vinegar you like. I don't know why I use that small one. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's lovely. And that took nothing. Hardly no ingredients. All right, let me clean it up and I'll show you what we got. All right, literally in minutes, we made up 5 different kinds of oil-free dressings. Simple, 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 simple. Don't stress out about this kind of stuff. You don't need a lot of ingredients. Just use simple ingredients, things you have at home, and there you go. Right as I started to shut this video off, I thought, you know what? I could actually make a miso dressing really quick. So I'm going to use it'll be 1 tablespoon of miso. And it's miso that's already had liquid added and been turned into a liquid. The kind of miso that I use, if anybody's interested, is just a mellow white miso. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I've got this fresh basil because, hello, I have an herb garden in my kitchen. All right. I don't know why I move the phone when I'm doing stuff. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to add some fresh basil. This is just what sounded good in my head, so I want to try it. That's what all this is about today. I'm just trying some stuff out. I'm taking you guys along with me for the ride. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of this maple syrup here. Okay, that's all I'm putting in there. Just making it simple. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh my goodness, that's good. Lemon and miso goes really good together. So there you go, six oil-free dressings. Feel free to try some of them. Let me know how you liked them. And that's it. See you later.